you know, with these sorts of like big attractions where it's sort of like a bucket list kind of thing, oftentimes you think, is it really everything that people are saying it is? Because like in Denmark and Copenhagen, like our biggest attraction is the Little Mermaid, which is little. It is very little, and people sometimes come from all over the world, from China or from whatever, to see the Little Mermaid, and then they see like, wow, that's like the smallest statue ever, you know? So a lot of these sorts of like big attractions, sometimes they can be a little bit disappointing. I always felt like people would be disappointed seeing the Little Mermaid, but so I was kind of going into Niagara Falls sort of thinking that maybe it would be sort of like just a small waterfall and it's just like, you know, propped up. But when I got there, it was insane. It was just this, you know, when we got from the bus, you know, just getting close to it, you can see the mist sort of like all over the place because it's just splashing so hard that there's just mist all over Niagara Falls. And when we got there, like, it was insane view. And it's just this big hole that is just this big hole into the earth and it's just splashing into. It's quite insane. And another thing that really surprised me was how close to the border it was, because we could see into New York State, like, and not just see it, like, we could see the people, like, pretty close by. So, you know, it's like, it's pretty narrow river between Canada and, between Ontario and New York, which surprised me. So I guess it was good in seeing New York again. I love New York. I've never seen upstate New York before. I've been in New York City, but yeah, it's very cool to see sort of like what a borderland, you know, what a place to put a border between, like with a huge waterfall in between, and not just a huge waterfall like Niagara Falls, you know. So it's quite an experience. We also dropped by a casino. We didn't actually play, but it was pretty cool. There's this huge casino by Niagara Falls, and I guess they oftentimes put casinos right around like big tourist locations because the tourists are coming there to spend all their money, but I'm a minimalist. I'm not gonna spend all my money on a casino, but it's fun to be in that environment. It's a very cool environment. You must admit, you know, with all the colors, that even if you don't want to gamble, like, just there's a reason that, you know, a lot of movies are, you know, have casinos, have casino scenes, and, you know, we got Casino Royale, we got all those sorts of movies. Anyway, next day we went to see baseball, so that was pretty awesome. I've never seen baseball before, but you know, I live in Toronto, so I had to become a Blue Jays fan, and so I got a cap to prove that I'm not a Blue Jays fan. And you know what? I think I pretty much got the gist of the game, you know. It made a lot of sense to me when it was a strike, when it was ball, when it was out. So, and the Blue Jays won, you know, against the Milwaukee Brewers. Which was really cool, because the early days of the series, the Brewers had been winning, but today the Blue Jays won 8-4, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, and the Brewers are, as far as I understand, the like leading team in the whole MLB, like Major League Baseball. So that's quite an accomplishment, and that was a pretty cool game to watch also, because we didn't really know much about Milwaukee Brewers or Toronto Blue Jays. We're just like, we're just gonna watch, like, Sunday is a good day. But I had no idea like that Milwaukee Brewers was like the best team. So it was like a much bigger game than I had assumed. But that was pretty cool. Anyway, that's kind of some of the cool things that's been going on.